If I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry? Wait, I'm not apologetic, I'm confident.
Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man.
This guy's a sarky bastard. Hello there everyone, welcome back to Disco Elysium. We have a few things to do in this episode. We unlocked the door for Evrart, and I want to go back and speak to Scab, who gave me the key, or at least I think it was him that gave me the key, just to see if they've got anything new for me. As we know, having spoken to the lady on the boat, obviously she is here to be the negotiator on behalf of the company with regards to everybody striking. There's more information to get out of her, but I need my badge, which sucks. And maybe Everart's found my gun as well. I'm conscious, obviously, we could go into the building here and have a rummage around the flats and things, it seems like. I will come back and do that. I think there's a few key points that I want to look at and just round off as well. Looking at... what have we got? What are some of the things that we need to do? Close the water lockway. Okay, I keep remembering. I know about that. Time's dragging on in the day as well. We're still only on day one. Open the apartment door for Evrart, so I've done that. Buy FL pants from... Fallen pants from Kuno. I've not got any feckin' money, and I don't know why I want pants from that ratty wee annoying bugger. The smoker on the balcony, ask around for his apartment number. We can do that and come back to it. And we still need to look into things like, this might take some time, who made the call reporting the crime. There's some things to do though. Give me a moment, I'll see you back at the docks. Right, here is Scab. What's he got to say for himself?
How'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labour Utopia, not approvingly.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He's suddenly gotten very philosophical, hasn't he?
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share.
Aye.
Seems pleased with himself. Did I not ask him this before? I think I did. Wait, so no wages or pensions, or how large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's just pie in the sky, that every single member being part of the board. It's not going to happen, mate.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people, or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
I'm not going to talk to him about communism. I want to know about the boss man.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does Boston Union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
Okay, that desk seemed lavish to me. You're right, he's very ascetic. The desk seemed lavish.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Interesting concept.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Are you a communist?
No.
Oh,
I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Right on, brother. You shouldn't take what's not yours. Cool, I don't have anything to add to that. You shouldn't take what isn't yours.
Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us.
I get the feeling that this guy's just a little bit stoned. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing.
That's a good way to go about it.
It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Maybe I am a Boyadero. It doesn't sound that cool. Sounds antiquated, obsolete, passé. It's not disco. Doesn't sound that cool.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
Good talking to you. Gotta run.
Hey. Psst.
Oh, look around. Oh, who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Where did my subconscious get that from? Again? How come there's word on the street? Get the F out of here. How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I don't think I have. I think I need to go back and watch my prior episodes. I don't think I've been saying that kind of stuff. I've been pretty polite. On the other hand, being polite and being nice has kind of turned me into a sad cop, I think, going by the statistics. Alright, that sounds like me. I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind.
I need therapy. I can't afford it. I should not be investigating a murder case. Seriously, it's just concerning what's in this guy's head.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
What is it? Roll up your sleeves and start building communism? Wait, first, what's this communism even about? It's too tiring, I don't have it in me. I'm beaten down and broken. Opt out.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society. Everyone knows this.
I'm not even reading that much into it.
Let not failure ensnare you any further, beautiful pixie girl. Be an acrobat, a prancing fairy queen. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then, lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
Goodbye, communism. Finish the thought. Wow, okay, that's interesting. So these types of things will come up. I'm guessing, especially when it comes to sort of internalization, there is a path that I can go down in that case. That makes more sense. Interesting. What was White Morning again? You see yourself from above, you passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from the distance you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object letting out the sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. What on earth? Where did that one come from? Have I forgotten that? We've also got magnesium-based life form. That is just 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then I've got the finger pistols, which is quite cool as well. Jesus, look at all the different options. Yeah, so I'm guessing that that would have been something that would have opened up a different route of potential thoughts. But yeah, let's keep the Lonesome Long Way Home rolling. I think that would be good for me, to be honest. Right, okay, on to Evrart. Alright, let's see what this Muppet has to say for himself.
Mr. Dubois, Every worker?
He leans towards you, waiting for you to complete the sentence. A member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervour now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
What we've got? I opened the door, you asked me, can we discuss the murder now? Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Have we not already had that conversation? You called me Mr. Dubois. Why? This seems to have come back to... Is my name not Harry Dubois, though? That's the thing. It turns out the strikers were being served an alcoholic brew. I stopped this madness.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff.
Is he talking about the borscht? I didn't realise that that's what I was doing. Ooh, I probably pissed off a lot of workers knowing that they're not getting any more booze in their borscht, but... okay, we'll go with it.
Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew? Stronger? Stopped it? Strike? I'm just going to let you surprise me, Harry.
Okay. What has it got? I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Everyone is just pals. Is that correct grammar? Everyone is just pals? Everyone are pals here. Sorry, that's grammar police jumping in. Probably correct. Just pals?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
I told Joyce that I met you. What happened to the previous negotiator? Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Yeah, so we do want to have a wee intrigue into that, I guess. I told Joyce I met you.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine.
What happened to the previous negotiator?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
You made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Yeah, like Everart's got that kind of heart. You called him a midget.
Harry! I have little people in my organisation. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
I don't like his change of tone suddenly to being, oh yeah, we're all friends, we're all mates, we're all buddies. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
Interesting, we'll have to pick that up again with her. But I need to find my goddamn badge first. Evrart, Joyce seems to think the union is lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Low-balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
Ooh.
It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but we got in. So, it's not that difficult.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Evrart doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Maybe I should keep my trap shut a little bit and play the cards closer to the chest, but I'll keep that in mind. You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
So that's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Yeah, my memory's fine, I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Big fat folder?
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Okay, let's get this straight. What is my full name? Do you know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids? What kind of a cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry? Wait, I'm not apologetic, I'm confident.
Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man.
This guy's a sarky bastard.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
Let's get this straight. What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
Wait, I thought you are Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. Okay, I like it.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Jesus.
He doesn't really seem to know any more about it.
Do you know anything about my family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
You're right, I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
Where did you get the folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
By the way, I don't know if you're getting a glare off my left-hand side. I mean, I do live in Scotland, but to be honest with you, I'm getting some serious sun coming through the window and my blind's bloody broken. So I've been needing to get a replacement. So apologies if the picture's just a little bit shiny in my face. You guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
Oh, Kim, you're going to look at the folder first.
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
83%. Okay, Kim suspects something. Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually increased the potential.
As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
Oh, you've changed your tone a wee bit, you arrogant prick.
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
I can live with that. So the Consensus Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
A man my age, what are you implying? I'm at the peak of my abilities. I too am surprised by my resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with. Tap your chest. My body's going to break down at any moment now, probably pushed it to the limit. Enough wackiness, let's get back to the business. A man my age...
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive.
No need to be sarky about it.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Okay, I opened the door. You asked me, can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
No, I didn't.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here.
Wait a minute, was his intention for me to go in, perhaps? Was that what he was hoping for?
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good.
You said the lynching and the strike are related. How?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so he was a hired mercenary then to try and, well, I suppose infiltrate.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
You lazy sod. Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Christ, so one of them's been killed, so potentially there's 2 more floating about out there?
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Oh, God.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on this?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
They confessed to Evrart.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Why is he telling me all this?
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company, after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Come to think of it, I'm trying to remember what the last conversation was, because was it the lassie on the boat that mentioned a big guy, tattoos? I don't actually think I spoke to him, but is there not a guy on top of the gate that looks like that? Because I think I went down and spoke to one of the scab guys who gave me the keys on behalf of Evrart to go and unlock that door. Maybe I should go and speak to him first. Because I think he had a bunch of lassies around him, did he not? Oh, anyway, we'll find out.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal.
Oh, okay. You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Wait, the girl by the whirling, who was keeping an eye on you, is he talking about her?
It's not the gardener, surely. Surely, try that in English. Surely. Did you send her a spy maid disguised as a gardener?
I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase.
She's a lawyer, not a gardener. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Titus, bloody hell.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Where can I find them? The union booth in the whirling was empty.
You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're going to show up in full force tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
In the future, I could use your backing. Can you ask the Hardy boys to cooperate?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Oh, good. Okay, well, is that potentially something that I've been able to accomplish, you know, in the sense that Evrart's on side now, perhaps?
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving this to me? I don't need it. I only want you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
This guy's an arsehole. Good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
Oh, god damn it. Does he have my gun and he's just waiting until, what, I'm like his little puppet before he gives it back to me?
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm not a man of the left, I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. I like that.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
Oh, Christ, here we go.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are the signatures for? If I happen to be there, I can ask for them. No, I'm not going to do this. Kim, what do you think?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
But you just told me, well, I suppose we don't know specifically who would have committed the murder itself.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one will end up homeless? That's exactly what I thought. Does he just need the 2 signatures because he's going to take over the land? Or...
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
I mean, I don't entirely trust Evrart. I do think that's most likely what he's going to do, but I guess I can accept the task and just have it pending. If I don't like where it's going, I can just not complete it and not discuss it with him again. And I can see what the people who need to sign the bits of paper say. I guess. Let's find out.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Okay, so that's my way into getting my gun back.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Okay, I also have... Oh, I've got 3 skill points to use as well now. Should I be piling this into stuff or waiting for opportunities to retry white checks? Because things seem to be going quite smoothly for me. I don't think I've got any additional... I've still not interacted with my book, The Greatest Innocence, but I'll do that in due course. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right-hand corner. Let's have a wee look.
Take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Okay, so immediately he's saying 12 to 40 month construction plan, and he said 6 months construction. Look at the zoning plan. Kim, what do you think of this? Logic. Try to find a loophole in the deal. Logic? Wait a minute. Do I have anything in terms of putting my logic up? Probably not. -1 logic with that, no. Suggestion, interfacing, okay, so there's nothing that I can do. So -2 savoir faire at the moment. Nothing else is impacting my logic. I've got 3 points. I could stick one in logic and just see if that's going to help push things over the line.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
I'm going to give it a try. 72%, that's high. Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
And the square between the existing
It's
houses.
going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
Wow, look at that. So that's completely changed again then. So centre's very close to the houses. That's a +1. Ominous shape +1. -1 for cool cubic pyrite. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like try to find a loophole in the deal.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
It is a tough one, you know, but for a community centre, I mean, just looking at those kids, Kuno and the other lassie, it would be good for them. You know, and at the end of the day, if you're just putting up with construction noise... wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Look, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about
I
it?
should have seen it. Evrart probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Kim, look at you suggesting we actually break the law.
We'll need access to the coast before we do anything. Evrart won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village. You can try a forgery as soon as we can cross the waterlock.
Okay, put the documents back in the envelope. Interesting stuff. Okay, and so now we've got the 2 signatures in play. What we're looking at, 64% for Lonesome Long Way Home. Let me have a wee think for a second. Where else and what else can we be doing in the meantime? I mean, certainly I think it would be worth our time to go back and see if we can find the guy that was smoking on the balcony, because he seemed like he had potential additional information. To we have anything else that we need to try and figure out? I want to go and we will go back to the apartments up north on the map, and we will see if we can have a rummage around there. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop off by Kim's car and just see if there's any additional information regarding the lassie who was working in the whirling rags, to see if she finds, or if she has any ideas about who put the clothes in the bin. So I'm going to go and do that. I'll keep it in if there's anything interesting, otherwise we'll see you at the block of flats. Oh, okay, hold the phone. Let's go and talk to Big Chunky.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Jesus.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
What are you, an echo? Say nothing, size him up first. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? My body does not betray my degeneracy. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and I have police business with you. Yeah, stand firm.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat. What the hell?
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Okay, I could give a monkeys. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul, I just drink a little on the weekends. You're right, I'm an alcoholic now, I need you to cooperate with me. Smell your breath, Kim, is it really that bad?
It's not good.
Oh dear.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Yeah, okay, you're right, I'm an alcoholic now, I need you to cooperate. No point in pretending that I'm not, because clearly I'm a raging alky.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
What the hell is this Measurehead talking about?
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
What, the fat racist over there? Point to oh god, the fat racist over there, point to the racist lorryman. You're just him after pumping some iron. I'm the police and I need you to comply now. Take a step closer. Oh, I don't like this idea.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Race? What's...
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
What is he on about?
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Measurehead's babe, I didn't see that. You're right about all this now, I just need you to cooperate with me as a police officer. Is it you, serious? Your people have probably killed a man.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
What is up with this guy? And by the way, your muscles are not going to last forever, son.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. It would enrich you rhetorically.
I beg your pardon, I'm not race theory. Piss off. Right, good idea. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a semi-super masochist myself?
Well, Not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure,
Oh.
or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Hell no. What the what? Isn't Evrart the Union boss white? Know anything about this mug?
He
Show him the mug.
does not so much as glance at the object.
Oh, mug. Oh, it was a cup that I picked up out of the bin. Okay, no, that was a weird thing to do. Know anything about it? This is your kind of thing.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
I just want to annoy the crap out of him.
He had nothing to do with it.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Why are we talking about this? I need to speak to him as a police officer with regards to what his potential men did. So, is he like... Well, what is he? Is he like, what, the enforcer at the dock then, essentially? Isn't Evrart the Union boss white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbour, seemingly bored of you. Yes, guys are arrogant. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life? You keep telling yourself that. Yeah, but you still serve him.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Individualism is my jam. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing. Individualism is my jam.
Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
Actually, I've gotten them from disco. It's true I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel. Youth culture does not affect my thinking.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race.
You stop calling me a degenerate! Prick.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Semines race.
Oh, this guy needs to go and have a lie down. Okay, I'll ask, who are the Semines? I don't really know who the Semines are. I've recently experienced head trauma. Wonderful! We're done with this line of inquiry.
Measured stoically looks to the distance in
Kim,
silence.
Kim, what do you think about all this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
That will be our lucky racist. How do you know there will be a next racist? I like the previous racist better, actually. That will be our lucky
He will
racist.
grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
Good man.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
I'm not interested. Oh, I might as well ask him about the tattoos.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Oh, he gestures to the lorry man down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you? You're right, the craniometric perfection of my race does not stand a chance. You sure I'm not craniometrically
You
superior?
exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
That's enough.
You do not wish to be judged, because you are a genetic blob of polycultural deformities. This is understandable. Racist.
Welcome to Revership. He must.
I am not like them.
You sure I'm not
You
craniometrically
exhibit
superior?
what
What else
is
then?
impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sur-la-Clef and the other Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
This guy is just full of himself. On top of that, I decided to just quickly go back and just finalise the conversation because it did give me 5 XP. I keep forgetting about that because there's certain lines of questioning that I don't necessarily want to, go down, but it's always handy to kind of finish the conversation or finish the train of thought because sometimes it does give you XP points, which might come in handy later. Conceptualization, medium 10, subscribe to advanced race theory. So this is a white check, but what did it say? So I can accept it. And I can consider it. I'm guessing this is going to be one of the thought things we'll have to do, and then I can potentially reject the findings. I mean, it's there. I don't have to do it, but pretty high, so I should nail it.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there. Okay, do you? On second thoughts, I don't. Oh, Whisper, this is for the thing.
What thing? We already got in the harbor. You just want to hear about the races, don't you?
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
I don't know, I don't like the fact that Kim's not a big fan.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Well, none now, I regret this, but seeing as we're here...
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals. Excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
So he's just making this shit up, basically. It doesn't actually mean anything.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Okay, got it. Who are type A then, in your view?
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have type A race propensities. The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Semines and Pagates in this? I don't know.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
Okay, give me a minute, because this is just not making any sense to me. Let's see if we can get through this.
You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so, I mean, there wasn't really anything extensively interesting there. It just sort of like more stuff about potential genetics when it comes to different races, and I think this guy's just off his rocker. I'm going to take the option just to decline and not bother about this kind of stuff. A couple of times I did get, I think I got a wee notification saying that I've defended the centre from a political standpoint a number of times, which I'm fine with. I can always come back to this if I have to, but I'm not going to...
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me.
Okay, let's discuss something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Oh man, okay, well I thought this guy is funny if I just consider him to be completely batshit crazy. Okay, let's leave. You know what, I am going to, because time's dragging on for this episode now. I think we made some good progress. I'm not interested in going into this whole race theory bollocks. I'm going to go back to Kim's car, see if we can ask a few questions from the lassie that used to live in, work rather in the Whirling Rags, with regards to the stuff in the trash. And then I think we're at a good point to maybe call it quits there. We can pick up in the next episode. Oh god, it's actually getting dark. What time is it? 9 o'clock? Jesus. And where am I? 73% for the long way home. Okay. And then we can come back and talk to her now that she knows... try that again. Now that we know that she is, in fact, a lawyer.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay, pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me to Sylvie again.
Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes, hello?
Hey Sylvie, it's the police again.
Oh, great.
She doesn't
What
sound
else do you need,
thrilled.
detective?
Oh, is that all we can talk to her about? Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Not my uniform too. God, I should really look into that. I've just realised as well I'm still wearing a yellow raincoat and carrying a bag filled with bottles, so it's not a good look. Kim doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me. I'm going to let it slide. I don't need answers for every little thing.
Right. It's better to not ask too many questions, lest people start thinking you're a cop or something.
Yes, I...
This exact conversation has happened.
Oh.
Real policemen have
Fine.
uniforms too, by the way.
Not my
Where's
uniform.
yours?
God, I should look into that.
Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
Oh, I just hurt myself. God damn it. Oh, okay, well at least it was morale. Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
She sounds very exacerbated. I showed you my gun. When did it
You
happen?
were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and
She's not sure if she's good to do. And what? What did I do?
you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that.
Jesus.
I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
Jesus Christ, I should have killed myself. Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. Well, it's not exactly the nicest place. Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Why would I threaten to kill myself?
There is silence on the other end of the line.
Okay, let's just conclude.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
And I know I did. Hey, I found my patrol cloak earlier, but have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Done.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Okay, we can go and speak to her about being a solicitor. In the next episode, I think we're going to kick off, though, and go straight up to the flats. I think it would be good to see if we can find out if the person that was smoking, if we can find their house, maybe there's some more information we can give them about the lynching. I still can't get the body down. Maybe I should actually have a look into exactly what I need to be able to put in to my skill set to be able to get the body down, because that seems like it's going to be pivotal. Have I just made a very, very bad selection of skills initially?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Endurance. Bonus from items 1, physic base, level up to 75 points, 1 skill point. Can't hurt to have a little bit more endurance, I guess. Oh, my health just went up. That's quite handy.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
So unless there's anything in terms of my items that can improve endurance... Esprit de corps... Component shivers... Electrochemistry... No. 1 physical instrument... Plus 1 endurance, so that... Oh, yeah, okay, so I've got my jacket, which is basically giving me a boost to endurance as well. And there's nothing else impacting it at this point in time. Okay. Well, you know what, I'm going to leave this episode here. I think that when we pick up in the next one, we will be kicking off directly up at the flat and apartments. Yeah, I don't know why it's auto-saving at the moment. I get a feeling that something's going to happen, but we're slowly making progress. Some things still need to fall into place. I'll need to find my badge. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to get my gun until after the waterway in that case, if Evrart can help me find it at all. But I'm still enjoying this. I mean, damn, it's a complex game, and it'll be interesting to see how things pan out. We're making slow and steady progress. It's always nice when we get to those points where some of the checks are successful, some of them aren't, and I need to think about, you know, where I'm positioning my points. But as usual, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed on the channel. If you're a new viewer, please drop me a message, let me know what you think, and if you do like my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. This is Big Bear signing off, but there will be another video. See ya!